Text from the Scottish Independence Foundation's Independence in Your Pocket booklet, starting on page 16. There are a number of major issues surrounding GRS which utterly destroy their premise, and if we look at other aspects of the Scottish economy, in comparison with other small European countries, it becomes quite clear that Scotland would thrive as an independent country. 1. Almost all figures for revenue and spending in GRS are estimates. Other than council tax and business rates, most taxes are of doubtful accuracy. Some tax is missed out altogether, such as by UK landlords based out with Scotland on rentals for buildings, homes and offices, in Scotland. Expenditure on health and education is accurate, but only 60% of all spending attributed to Scotland by GRS is actually made by the Scottish Government. Almost 20% is attributed as expenditure on behalf of Scotland, although it comes nowhere near us. 2. The actual spending in Scotland by the Scottish Government and UK Government is covered by Scottish revenues. 3. The deficit mainly relates to spending, on behalf of Scotland, largely spent elsewhere, London and South East England. This includes defence, foreign affairs, UK government reserved administration and much else. Most of this spending relates to salaries, whose taxes are counted in London's revenues, not Scotland's. 4. It is a myth that large infrastructure projects in South East England, Crossrail, HS2, benefit the rest of the UK and are accounted as charges and benefits to Scotland. If a high-speed rail line were built from Glasgow to Inverness, there is no way the rest of the UK would accept it as spending on their behalf or accept a population share. 5. An independent Scotland could make different spending decisions on its own behalf. Spending could be cut in defence. Scotland's share is £3.5 billion, less than £1.5 billion spent in Scotland. The average in small countries is circa £1 billion. Scotland would have its own civil service, paying taxes in Scotland, not London. Our foreign embassies could be compact, flexible and some shared. Once again salaries would be taxed in Scotland. Scotland could make other choices on taxation, for example bringing in a land value tax, affecting large estates. 6. Oil revenues could be increased. The UK only obtains £8.1 million from £17 billion of oil and gas extracted, 0.6% of what Norway gets from less than twice the oil. This low level of petroleum revenue tax maximizes profits and corporation tax to the UK Treasury. 7. When Scotland becomes independent, a population share of UK assets needs to be agreed, otherwise, Scotland is not liable for a share of UK debts, in this case £3.5 billion of debt and interest is wiped from our deficit. In summary, the so-called GRS black hole is wholly misleading, it is inaccurate in the first place, and the effects of independence and more appropriate decision-making will cut it to acceptable levels.